How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Not bad, Eric. How did you start your morning? Tell me. What did you do in the morning?
Mm, Today I woke up at 7. After that, I drank a cup of tea and saw off Arena to school. And when I came back home, I repeated my lessons, and so yeah.
Oh yeah, not bad. All right. Very cool. So when you say basically Arena, of course, it means Dima did not go to school today, yeah?
Yes, Dimas stayed at home. Now he's doing his homework, school homework.
His whole school homework. All right. So his yesterday's homework he's doing, yeah?
Yes, and
Right.
also he doing his как бы actually lessons, текущие уроки.
Current, actual, актуальный,
yes,
current,
yes.
конкретный, current lessons. Really? So he got the homework from where? Technically, homework is given at the end of the day, but since it's only the beginning of the day, how did he get his current homework?
Yes.
All right. Do you know how he got it? How does he have his current homework? He asked some friends or what?
He has homework not only today. He also has less как бы, homework next week.
Next week, he's doing next class's homework. I got it. All right, that makes sense.
English lessons.
Everything, yeah?
Everything, yes.
So all right, I understand.
Because maths, как бы, дополнительные у него.
Future homework. Additional, yeah?
Yes, yes.
I see. All right, he's doing his additional, like, math homework. I see. All right, so in other words, we can say that, all right, he has some subjects which are maybe once or twice a week. So he's doing that. He's doing, I don't know, the homework for the next class. All right, so he has some subjects. What does it mean, subject? Another word for subject is class, yeah?
Subject, так, he has
Предмет.
Yes.
Which are once or twice a week. So из этого он делает домашнее для следующего класса, правильно? Is this clear? Any questions about the sentence?
It's clear.
All right, cool. So the idea, the concept of a school bus, what do you think? In Russia, technically, the only way you're going to see a school bus in big cities is, of course, or even in little towns, I think, is if you're going on a school trip, you know? Have you ever gone on a school trip? Have you ever been on a school trip with your kids?
I've never been. I never saw this bus in our country.
I've never seen this bus, yeah?
This bus, yes, in our country, but I think it's a wonderful idea for kids which live in как бы,
rural areas?
Как?
Rural.
Rural,
away from the city.
Yes, rural.
Сельская местность. Rural area, yeah?
Rural areas, yes.
I see. Well, technically, there are buses like this, of course. All right, maybe not identical like we saw here. This is an American bus. That's what it looks like, typical, right? But if we go back to Russian buses, of course, we get something else. We get a little, less in terms of like size and how it looks. Why do you think the colors are actually yellow? Why not another color? Give it another color. Why always yellow? What do you think?
Because yellow is как там, сигнальный цвет, правильно его?
It's a color which our eyes can see the best. Yeah.
Yes, it's как бы это общепринятый сигнальный цвет во всем мире. Не знаю, как это сказать.
Yeah, but it's basically what the whole world has agreed on by having a color as a color of a signal. Yeah.
Yes.
But technically, the reason why the world has decided on that is because, again, speaking about us humans, people, is that we can see yellow the best at night, maybe during the day. You know what I mean? And that is why technically yellow is actually yellow. All right. So why are school buses, yellow? It's again, all right. Unlike red, let's read this really quickly. Just the beginning, maybe.
Unlike red, yellow is also more easily noticed in dark environment.
Of course. That's okay. That's enough. All right. If you want to continue reading everything else, you can do it at home, of course. All right. Well, technically, that's the main idea. Again, why has actually the world, chosen yellow instead, let's say, other colors? What's the reason behind that? Why yellow?
Because this color is
that's the key, right? It's easily noticed. What does it mean to notice? Заметить, подметить, правильно? Exactly. So in other words, we have yellow school buses because
this color is noticed.
Is easily noticed.
Easily noticed.
Totally. All right. So what do you think about having a car which is yellow? Would you like to have a vehicle that's yellow? Yellow cars. What do you think about that?
Most likely it's a taxi color of taxis and какие-то маршрутные средства.
Some transportation type vehicles, public transport maybe.
Also, right, well, sport cars have this color.
Of course, of course. So regular cars, we don't really see regular basic vehicles. Usually something really fancy, something that's expensive. Would you like to have one? What do you think about having a yellow vehicle? Would you like to?
Yeah, maybe I like.
I would like to. Would you like to?
I'd like to.
Of course. I think in Italy, right? So there are like little small, tiny, almost cars, and they're sometimes yellow. Yeah? Have you seen yellow cars in Italy?
No. In Italy, where как бы нету, множество таких машин, как это.
There aren't many cars like this, yeah?
Yes.
There aren't many cars like this. I see.
It's popular color in Italy.
It's unpopular, you said, yeah?
Unpopular, yes.
Unpopular color, of course. I really think it's unpopular color anywhere, really, because even if we see a car, it's just going to be one. It's not something that you constantly see. Usually in towns and cities, of course, where it's constant heat and summer can last for like months upon months, like 7 months and more. Technically, the color, which is most likely the most popular color, is what color? It is. What was the most popular color? Yeah, what would you say?
Usually it's white and black colors.
Well, when you say black, you mean in Italy you saw many cars which were black? Because it's a warm country, technically.
Yeah.
What do you think about that concept? It's more likely. Let's do
I
that.
saw more black cars, especially in French. It's как бы, ну, даже там, наверное, преимущественно черные машины. Не знаю, почему так.
In France, let's do that. Yeah.
Yes. Ну, в Италии там больше разноцветного, конечно.
Right. More colorful, different color cars. I see. But in France, of course, you saw many cars which were black. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
In France, I saw many cars which were black. I think this is
Black.
pretty clear. Any questions about this?
No question.
All right. Sounds good. When it comes to your perfect color, what car do you have? What color car? Tell me.
My last cars was white, and I like this color.
They were white. Yeah.
They were white, yes.
I see. So how important is color for you? Let's say you find a car which you really like and you really want to buy it. The price is just good. And then you see and the color is not, your perfect white color. What do you think? Do you buy the car? If you buy the car, if you find the car which you want to buy and the color isn't white, do you still go and buy the car?
If you buy a car,
if you want to buy a car and it's not white, will you still buy the car? Tell me.
Не понял немного.
If you want, let's just write it down. If you want to buy a car, but it isn't white, do you still buy it? How important is color? That's what I'm asking.
Actually, the color is not important to me. No, if this color is popular, I'll not thought about it. Не буду сильно там париться.
I will not think about it, right?
Yes.
All right. So I will not think about it. So what kind of car is really like a bad color which you really wouldn't like to have? Is it, again, red, green? Which one?
I think it's red and yellow color.
Red.
But other colors, it's normal.
Not bad. What do you think about when the car has, let's say, 2 or 3 different colors? It has details done. What do you think about designs and everything? Is this something that you kind of look for in a vehicle?
I like cars in different colors. For example, where is one car? It's Land Rover. Land Rover.
Range Rover, of course.
Range Rover Sport in 2 colors, black and white, and it looks good, wonderful.
All right, so yeah, and technically, I don't know, let's write 2 colors, and it looks really wonderful. Yeah. So in other words, it looks like they like to combine the 2 colors. Wow, interesting, yeah?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. All right. Now, when it comes to finding repair, let's say, and finding parts for, let's say, one brand, let's say Land Rover. All right. Do you go to an official dealership or you buy it, let's say, somewhere else? Let's say your car needs a repair, right? Where do you go for part purchasing? An official service, body shop, or where?
Where is where are different resellers, for example, Dubai, market, from market or Turkish or China, and you can buy spare parts from these countries.
Not bad. How reliable do you think they are? How reliable? Rely, полагаться, ответственно быть, and reliable, надежные. How reliable are they?
It's reliable parts. I bought them in the past when official как бы официальные дилеры еще работали.
Dealerships were operating.
You can get more cheap price on them, как бы.
And
you, ну, как бы, ты можешь не платить лишние деньги, как бы.
Of course, don't overpay.
Официальные поставки.
Absolutely. So in other words, to overpay, what does it mean to overpay? To pay extra, yeah?
Yes.
Of course. All right. I see. So yeah, let's leave it like that. So I bought them in the past. Let's say it like that. All right. So totally. What do you think about now that it's a little chilly, it's a little cold, it's almost, winter is approaching. What does it mean winter is approaching? Approach. What does that mean?
Approach.
Подходить, approach. All right. Ну и глагол, конечно же, подходить, либо подход в плане approach, подход к проблеме, как это, так сказать, решить в таком контексте, либо физический подход с точки зрения подходить к какому-то предмету, к машине, например, и так далее. I said winter is approaching, yeah? Winter is approaching, and it's getting chilly, yeah? So what do you think about scooters and bicycles? Do you see them outside? Do you see them as you saw them, let's say, in the summer? What do you think?
Today we have first snow in Moscow, and как бы scooters, как они, прокатчики, не знаю, scooters companies.
Well, renting services, yeah.
Renting services, как бы get out, убирают самокаты сейчас.
В действии правильно убирает, значит, мы что должны сказать? Get out, это все почти правильно, но...
Get in.
Yeah, rental services are getting what?
Getting
scooters
from the streets.
From the streets. Sounds good, right? Sometimes just ask yourself a question like, because, in Russian you said убирают, в действии правильно, они же это делают. So don't forget continuous, of course. Right? Don't forget be. Yeah, of course. They're getting them from the streets or off the streets. All right, we can do both. From, off the streets. All right. Now, what do you think about renting a scooter, especially if it's summertime? Have you ever done that? Have you ever rented a scooter?
Yes, I have rented them, but not often. I think that there are lots of scooters in Moscow, and как бы people use them without rules, and I think it's a good idea to take off,
to имплементировать, use.
Освободить, не знаю, улицы от.
Good idea to clear the streets
from rental scooters.
From rental scooters, of course.
To как бы заставить людей, не знаю, какую-то систему применить, чтобы какие-то минимальные правила обучались и сдавали. To use scooters by myself, не знаю.
By themselves, people. Yeah, let's write it down. There should be some basic, rules of riding, right? Or riding scooters for the people who rent them as well as own them. What does it mean, own them? Owning a scooter, what does that mean?
For people who rent them as well as own them.
As well as, is that clear? Так же как.
Так же как
Он владеть. Владельцы.
владельцы.
Он владеть и owner владелец, конечно.
Ну да.
It's a good idea, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Some basic rule. Basic, I think it's pretty clear. Yeah? Основные, базовые, that's, I think, simple.
Yeah, like scooters, ну, как бензиновые, как они, мотороллер.
Gas scooters, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Right. Now, this is interesting because technically a gas scooter can go fast, but nowadays all electric scooters, they have batteries. They can go as fast as a gas scooter, maybe sometimes even faster, and they accelerate quicker. What does that mean to accelerate?
Ну, как...
Right. Набирать скорость.
Набирать скорость, да.
Absolutely. And they really accelerate fast, quick, maybe again. Some expensive electric scooters, I think, can accelerate even faster than basic gas scooters, yeah?
Yes.
Totally. All right, so when it comes to, let's say, regulating and telling people where to ride them, what's a good idea for that? What's a good basic rule? What can we tell the people? What exactly that you don't like to see when you're walking, let's say when you're driving your car and you see other riders, scooter riders, and there's something just you don't like. What exactly did they do and you don't like that? Give me an example.
First of all, I think that they can't drive.
Right, yeah.
Right. Как бы on walking zone или как?
Of course.
Пешеходной этой территории.
Yeah, pedestrian path.
Pedestrian, да. And I saw in Spain lots of special line for bikes, scooters, and it's it's zone not for walking, and you can пешеход даже может получить штраф за то, что он по этой дорожке для скутеров специально идет.
Interesting. So, this is so cool. Even a person can get actually a fine to find someone. All right. Or to get a fine. Let's use that in a sentence. So these lanes, again, not lines. Мы знаем, line — это линия, которую нарисовали, но линия в плане, в которой нужно находиться, это будет слово lane, конечно же, да?
Lane.
Понятно, разница. So these lanes, в них же находятся, в них едут. These lanes are for cyclists, yeah?
Cyclists, scooters, and
scooter riders.
Yes.
But not for
walking.
Well, pedestrians.
Pedestrians. Yes.
Or walking pedestrians. So, but not for pedestrians. In fact, all right. Well, we had in fact. So, as far as I know, let's use that. All right, people who walk in these lanes can get a как штраф получить.
Такой штраф, taxes.
Ну, же написано.
Get a fine.
They can get a fine. Так что помним, ассоциация fine в порядке. Но человек, который получил штраф, для него, конечно же, все не в порядке. Alright, so get a fine. Еще раз говорю, fine слово не как прилагательное, а как существительное будет значить штраф. Alright, получить его, либо глагол штрафить кого-то, так сказать. Alright, fine в прямом смысле давать штраф. Alright, as far as I know, мы заменили на, конечно же, то, что до этого могли сказать in fact, но так как у нас оно уже было, давайте заменим на что-то другое. In fact, мы уже не раз разбирали, так что там никаких нюансов не должно быть. As far as I know. Какой перевод?
Настолько, насколько я знаю.
Of course. Alright. Так что as well as, вот это запоминаем, так же как, или as far as, alright, как далеко, как я знаю, ну или, конечно же, насколько я знаю. Very good. That's a really good answer. And I like the idea. Alright, we'll definitely talk more about it. Let's read everything. They can't ride.
They can't ride on pedestrian roads. In fact, When I was in Spain, I saw many lanes for bikes and scooters. With lanes are for cyclists and scooter riders, but not for pedestrians. As far as I know, people who walk in these lanes can get a fine.
Totally. All right, getting a fine, don't forget what it means. So it really makes sense. So there should be some, obviously, laws and kind of rules, you know, but banning is definitely out of the question. Yeah, banning scooters is out of the question. What does this mean, out of the question?
Так, banning scooters. What is it?
Это по-русски должно банить. Бан. Так что тут понятно. Banning scooters, right? Банить, запрещать, другими словами, is out of the question. Когда что-то out of the question, из вопроса выходящее, получается, мы... Это не обсуждается. Вообще забыли даже бред такой говорить. В таком контексте. All right, получается, to be out of the question, it means, of course, all right, so we're not even talking about it. Kind of like that, yeah? Like, in other words, it's raining outside.
In our country?
Well, anywhere. I mean, I know, for instance, in Paris, I've heard it from the news maybe a month ago, they banned actually all the rental scooter services and everything. So nowadays, I think, as far as I know, you know, you can't really rent any scooters in France, in Paris, I mean. So technically, they banned it. I'm just saying that anywhere, because scooters are everywhere. In all cities, in all countries, you can have a scooter. It's a popular mean of transportation, yeah?
No, I think that not so country it's popular transportation. I как бы даже в России, не знаю.
Even if we talk about Russia,
I saw that there are lots of scooters around underground and как бы их настолько много, что люди их не разбирают в таком количестве, мне кажется.
All right.
You can see 200 rental scooters and maybe 13% of them people used.
All right, so let's say there are about, let's say, 200 scooters.
Ну, на одной стоянке, допустим.
Scooters at one parking spot.
Oh, in popular places.
Of course. All right, in a crowded maybe, or in the center maybe, or something like that, or a popular place in the city. Of course, 100. I understand. That's not the point. My God, 200, or I don't know. We can do 100. Doesn't matter. All right. So all we care about is grammar. All right. So at one parking spot in the center or a popular place in the city, and there will be only how many? About like 20% of them used. Yeah.
Может, да. До половины, скорее всего, как-то так. В
зависимости от only less than half of them used. I understand that, of course. So it makes sense. Check this out. It makes sense, of course, to maybe limit them. But then again, why would we or the government limit them? Scooters belong to a company, let's say. And then that company thinks about, do we invest more scooters? Do we put more scooters outside? Or do we limit the amount of scooters? Yeah. So that's the company who needs to decide, basically. Yeah.
Yes. Конкуренция.
Well, competition, I guess. Yeah.
Competition from three main companies.
Absolutely. Competitor, again, соперник, конкурент, and compete, конкурировать. So It makes sense. So definitely, the other thing which we said was it's a popular way. That's pretty clear. Or it's a popular mean of transportation. Mean, понятно в этом контексте, что значит?
Mean, как бы,
Способ.
способ,
Right.
да.
Mean значит значение, конечно же, глагол значить. И если мы говорим популярное значение транспорта, ну, в плане как бы путь или выбор, так сказать. All right, so we got that. So even if we talk about Russia, it's not that popular. I saw many unused, давайте кинем непользованных, правильно? Потому что не просто скутеров я видел, а именно которые не использовали, просто стояли припаркованные. So scooters underground. When you said underground, you meant what? Под землей или в плане переходов?
Around underground, ну, как бы metro station.
Ooh, okay. I got it. Underground or metro stations. All right. There are about, let's say, if we're giving an example, let's say, all right, so let's do it like that. Как бы, например, это то же самое. Let's say, это как, for example, same thing. Давайте скажем, давайте представим. That's pretty easy. So in other words, when we're providing an example, let's say there are about 100 scooters at one parking spot in the city or in the center or a popular place in the city, and there will be only less than half of them used by people, of course. All right. If you don't have any questions, let's read this. I believe that
it's not popular mean of transportation in all countries. Even if we talk about Russia, it's not that popular. I saw many unused scooters in the streets. Let's say there are about 100 scooters at one parking spot in the center or a popular place in the city, and there will be only less than half of them used by people.
Of course. All right. So again, maybe, companies should rethink their idea of placing so many of them, because sometimes I see them, like if they're evenly parked, what does it mean evenly parked? Like evenly, like it looks good. You're going by and you're like, okay, scooters, whatever. I don't even think about that. But sometimes when you walk, you got this. Yeah. Sometimes people leave them like that. So when you're walking, you're like, oh my God, I hate this. What is this? And this is really a pain in the neck. What does it mean, a pain in the neck?
Neck. Колено.
You should know neck. Neck это не это колено, я слышал. Не это колено, neck это шея. Правильно? Как бы боль в шее имеется в виду не в прямом смысле, конечно, если мы говорим про как бы проблема, так сказать, уже в печенках в таком контексте. It's pain in the neck to do it, to see it, to go around scooters, especially if you're riding a scooter or riding your bike, and you're like, you need to swirl around, right? What does it mean to swirl around?
Swirl around. I don't know.
Well, swirling, basically like when you're moving from, one side to another side, kind of like that. Swirl. Swirl. Like, again, what we saw just now, scooters, and you're like, like swirling, like that. That's meant to swirl.
Петлять.
Абсолютно верно. Swirl around, kind of like that. All right, so I don't know, in this example, I don't like seeing many unused scooters because, all right, people who rent them don't put them back at their parking stations, so the scooters end up being left everywhere. All right, being left everywhere. So, all right, как бы эти люди, которые ходят, давайте вспомним.
Pedestrians.
Pedestrians, thank you. So many pedestrians have to, как бы, обходить их, ходить мимо.
Swirl.
So many pedestrians have to, all right, swirl around scooters or parked scooters. Right? And it's, как бы, это проблема Про шею что-то было.
And it's pain in the neck.
In the neck. All right. Very good. We got it. It's pain in the neck. All right. So that's what we got. Let's read this.
I don't like seeing many unused scooters because people who rent them don't put them back where parking station. So the scooters end up being left everywhere. So many pedestrians have to swirl around parked scooters, and it's pain in the neck.
Absolutely. So we got it. Pain in the neck. Идем то, что именно проблема, то, что I hate it. Oh my God. Kind of like that. We got that. So the other thing, scooters end up. We had end up, фраза глагол end up. Помнишь, что такое?
Заканчивается.
Заканчивается или, другими словами, оказывается в таком контексте.
Да.
Не в прямом смысле, что там у меня пепси-кола закончилась. Нет. А именно end up в плане как результат. Давайте используем это в контексте. Tell me if you remember that. Give me one example. Мы оказались или мы сделали как результат в таком контексте. Например, не знаю, начался дождик, и мы решили дома быть.
It started to rain and it ended up going at home.
So we ended up going home, идти домой, либо просто staying at home. Yeah?
Stay at home.
We ended up. Очень часто мы понимаем то, что союз conjunction so должно быть использовано, когда, например, мы говорим что-то часто в противовес. Получается, как результат, дождь начался, мы же, например, вначале вы могли сказать, например, там, we wanted to go for a walk, but it started to rain. Вот, получается, отличный пример, где именно мы видим наш прогресс, что мы хотели делать, но потом что-то случилось, и как результат все медным тазом. И потом уже прыгает в спасение, так сказать, нам приходит so. И из-за этого, и мы, получается, как бы куда-то уходим уже в другое. Так что so обязательно превалировать должно. All right, don't forget about that. Частая путаница, so заменяет на and. Здесь контекст другой же будет. Так что so, используем его. Any questions about so?
No, it's clear.
That's cool. All right, so cars are definitely fun. Scooters are the best too. So technically, the way to go is to what? To make more, как сказать, линий для скутеров, которые они будут ездить, и люди не будут им мешать. The way to go to keep streets safe is what?
To do more lanes for scooters.
To do, well, to, I don't know, let's say to put more lanes, yeah? More lanes in the streets for scooter riders and велосипедисты, как будет,
Cyclists. Cyclists.
Чтобы, здесь что нам на помощь придет? Чтобы...
To?
Well, to, чтобы, да, или so, как бы, ну, для того, чтобы я это, как бы, контраргумент, чтобы там не мешали кто? Пешеходы.
Pedestrians. So
that wouldn't get in the way, yeah? Get in the way, понятно, что такое в контексте?
Ну, как бы попадаться на пути.
На пути, абсолютно верно. Right? Это в прямом смысле get in the way, right? Ну, чаще всего там на кухне, например, человек что-то делает, там готовит, например, и как результат, like, you're getting in the way, move, right? Мешаться, другими словами. Right? У нас ситуация гипотетическая, как бы мы говорим, чтобы этого не было, из-за этого мы использовали would, конечно же. Вот это понятно, зачем было, да? Wouldn't get in the way. Чтобы они не. Yeah?
Yes, I understand.
Sounds good. All right, get in the way we got. All right, let's move to something else. The last thing we talked about was, I think, ping pong, things like that, and golf. All right, so technically New Year is approaching, so it's a little, early to talk about that. But anyway, we can talk about something else. Now, check this out. What does this mean, by the way? How do we call this, and why do we need this? Do you know the name for them? For these little sticks?
It's a... No.
Well, they're called either, like you can say Q-tips, right? Let's say Q-tips or cotton swab, yeah? Cotton swabs and Q-tips. Now, why do we have them? Why do we need them?
We need them to clean our
Ears, yeah?
Ears.
Ears. We
And
need them to clear
our parts.
the wax. Again, come again?
Ну, и других частей.
Our ears, okay. All right, so, okay, so we need them to clear wax, как, соответственно, воск, в прямом смысле, в ушах, в таком контексте. По-английски то же самое, воск, wax, same thing. All right, so to clear the wax from our ears, yeah?
Yes.
From our ears, that's pretty clear. All right, so do you use that? Is it safe to use? What do you think? Tell me.
I used them, but not often, because I swim every day, and
my ears are always clean. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I like that.
But what about safe of it using? I think that's safety enough.
I don't really use them often because I swim in the pool, so my ears are almost, yeah. Are what?
Ну, как бы...
Английский я все слышал, слово не то было, из-за этого я констатирую еще раз, чтобы... Чистые, какое бы слово?
Clear, нет?
В этом-то и была ошибка. Я тоже самое услышал. Я на самом деле уже это записал вначале и хотел, конечно же, увидеть разницу вашу. Два слова записаны. Какие нужно использовать?
Clean.
Clean, конечно. Clear — это что значит?
Clear. Понятно, наверное, какой-то.
Это может быть понятно в прямом смысле, но если мы говорим про разбор вещей, например, расчистить стол, мы, конечно же, скажем расчистить. Clear. Другими словами, убрать вещи с какого-то, например, места и так далее. Например, clear the table. We're going to eat now. Right? Clean имеется почистить именно. Right? Мы здесь говорим, конечно же, не clear, а уши чистим, значит, my ears are almost
clean.
All right, let's use that. Now, the other thing which you used was what about, что насчет. На самом деле, давайте использовать не что насчет, да, what about, это как насчет. Мы это сейчас разберем, тоже отработаем, это не проблема. Но как насчет when it comes to, да? Когда речь идет о. Потому что если мы назад хотим вернуть тему, например, или подчеркнуть какое-то что-то важное, то, что мы хотим на что-то обратить внимание, конечно же, мы скажем when it comes to. It's safety. Right? Безопасность. Finish the sentence. Мне кажется, что они безопасны. Правильно вы это сказали?
Yeah, I think that it's safety enough.
They are safety enough. Мы не можем сказать. Так. Достаточно что? Правильно? Enough усиливает что? Либо глагол, правильно, либо прилагательное. Safety — это существительное. Значит, enough плюс существительное мы не скажем. Safety, ty выкинем, получится слово
safe.
They're safe enough.
Safe enough.
All right. So we got that. Safety, noun, and safe, of course, adjective. Right, enough, поняли, да? Существительное мы не скажем. Там car enough, или там people enough.
Yes.
We got it. So we always use adjective or verb and adverb as well. All right, so yes, my ears are almost clean, but when it comes to its safety, I think they are safe enough. Let's read everything. I don't really use them.
I don't really use them often because I swim in the pool. So my ears are almost clean, but when it comes to its safety, I think that we're safe enough.
Are always clean. Let's do that. All right. Yes. Any questions about this sentence?
No.
What about? Let's use what about. How can we use it in a sentence?
How can you
use the what about in a sentence? I want to eat something.
Так,
In a sentence, в предложении используйте what about. Какой ответ вы мне можете дать, когда вы слышите I want to eat something? И вы предлагаете, как насчет, и предложите дальше. I want to eat something.
what about eating something?
Ой, я хочу покушать что-то. Вы мне такие, как насчет покушаем что-то? That's funny, I love that. Предложите контекст в плане, ну, что, куда мы можем пойти, или что-то заказать и так далее. Go.
What about pizza for dinner?
For dinner, абсолютно верно. Give me something else. Какие еще могут быть другие ответы? Что мы еще можем предложить, когда мы слышим I want to eat something, I'm hungry?
What about going to restaurant?
Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted to hear. Going. All right. To a restaurant and eating something.
Eating something. Where?
Not bad. All right. So what about? That's pretty clear. We got that. All right. Let's get this out of the way. All right. Anyway, definitely a bad thing. Why it's a bad thing? People say don't use them. Well, doctors say that actually. Healthy hearing. So let's read that. Never use
cotton swabs in your ears. Interesting.
Inserting means putting it inside. Inserting
a Q-tip in your ear can cause impacted earwax or a perforated
eardrum, right? Eardrum — легкое слово, правильно? Сложное существительное, у нас два слова в одном. Ear, ну и, конечно же, drum. Drum, понятно, что такое?
Ну, как перепонка.
Перепонка, все верно, но это все вместе, а если drum отдельно, тогда это барабан, правильно? Абсолютно верно. Perforated, получается, это та пленочка, которая на самом ушном, так сказать, барабане, другими словами, перепонки. Alright, so impacted, of course, impact имеет воздействие, конечно же, на earwax. Мы помним, что такое wax. Earwax, it's воск в ушах, правильно? Кстати, здесь этот, alright, золото в ушах. Right? Anyway, we got that. So it's definitely a bad thing to do this. Insert. What does it mean to insert? You got it?
Insert.
To insert means to put it inside. Insert. For example, you're at a bank, you want to take out the money, withdraw money, and what do you need to do? You need to insert a card, yeah? Now, вставить, абсолютно верно. To insert, all right, so kind of like to put it inside.
Валерий,
right, so, yeah.
Секундочку, я ровно до 11, мне просто надо будет срочно бежать потом.
Of course.
Чуть-чуть пораньше закончим. Okay.
Don't worry about it. We'll have the time. Of course. All right, so insert the time. Where do you withdraw money? Tell me.
We withdraw money from bankomat.
ATM, yeah? Банкомат, давайте по-английски будет ATM.
ATM, yes.
At ATM machine, yeah? Or at ATM. I see. All right, so, and what do you need for that? You need to...
If you want to get cash, you withdraw your money from ATM.
Mm-hmm. You need to... you need to insert, yeah?
You need to insert a card.
To an ATM.
To an ATM.
In order to... снять деньги.
To withdraw your money.
Mm-hmm. Your money. All right. Sounds good. Let's not forget if you want to. I didn't hear the to. All right. So, and in order to. In order to. Понятно, что какой перевод будет?
Ну, как бы так.
Для того, чтобы.
Для того, чтобы, да.
Use that in a sentence. Там, для того, чтобы сделать там бутерброд, тебе понадобится что-то такое. Или любое другое предложение. Whatever you want.
If you want to burger, и как in order to buy, или как to...
Wait. And if you want, я не понял, значит, to burger, это что? To как два или что?
To burger.
To make мы готовим, правильно? Make всегда в готовке.
Burger. In
order это для того, чтобы здесь немножко, мне кажется, не получится у вас.
Не то, да?
Ага. Right?
Для того,
In order to... Ну, например, для того, чтобы сделать бутерброд, тебе понадобится там помидор, там, хэм, ветчина, там, например.
In order to make a sandwich, так, понадобится. You need to some meat and vegetables.
Some daily meat. And we know daily meat or processed meat, колбаса, or ham, ветчина. All right, you need some ham. All right. Yeah, in order to, we got it. All right, so I need to, I don't know, like finish painting in order to go outside, for example. Or I need to, I don't know, finish in order to move in. In order to move in. Какой перевод?
Для того, чтобы так передвинуть. To move it. To
move in, I'm sorry. Я сказал move in, записал move it. In order to move in. Move in, помнишь, что такое?
Двигать как-то, да.
Двигаться подразумевается переехать. Либо to move in, въехать, другими словами, в квартиру, поселиться, либо to move house, переехать. Right? Какой перевод? Мне нужно закончить что?
Покраску.
Чтобы
переехать.
Заехать там в квартиру, например. Или, например, там, чтобы пойти на улицу. Ну, еще раз говорю, контекст может быть абсолютно разный. Последнее, что я оставлю, с чем вас, это либо в начале, для того, чтобы и говорим контекст, либо мне что-то, чего-то делать, для того, чтобы что-то другое получить, или чтобы что-то другое случилось как-то. Do you have any questions about this?
No questions, all is clear.
Very cool. All right, Daniel, I wish you a really pleasant Friday, of course, and a wonderful, amazing weekend. You have fun.
Thank you very much.
Always welcome. Bye-bye.